So the new 2018 Jeep Wrangler is going to arrive really soon, and this is probably one of the worst kept secrets in the automotive industry right now. So we've gathered together all of the information, all the spy photos, all the spy video, and we've brought them together here for you in one place so you can find out everything that we know about the upcoming Wrangler. So first and foremost, the changes coming to the Wrangler won't be massive. And what I mean by that is this thing will still be body on frame with a steel frame. The styling will still look like a Wrangler, and there's still gonna be solid axles in the front and the back. The biggest change in the actual construction of the Wrangler will be the inclusion of aluminum body panels and possibly other lightweight materials to help this Jeep save weight. Weight reduction plays into one of the new Wrangler's main goals, and that is better fuel economy. Aerodynamics will also play a part in that equation, so expect to see a more raked windshield and a slightly lower nose at the end of a more angled hood. For North America, 3 powertrain options are expected. A brand new 2-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder, a new version of the 3.6-liter V6, and a 3-liter V6 diesel. Now as for power outputs, that small turbo engine, known as the Hurricane, is expected to make around 300 horsepower, while the diesel currently makes 240 horse and 420 pound-feet of torque, which would be more than enough to pull the JL through some mud. Now as for the 3.6-liter V6, well, its latest iteration can be found in the Chrysler Pacifica minivan, and over there it makes 287 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, giving us a good indication of where it will be when it lands in the new Wrangler. So what's interesting is right now it looks like that 3.6-liter will actually be the base engine for the Wrangler, and it will also be the only one of those power plants hooked up to a new 6-speed manual transmission. Now an 8-speed automatic will be linked up to all 3 of the engines, and it will be interesting to see if the turbo or the diesel is the more expensive option. It's also worth mentioning that the turbo engine will have a new stop-start system that uses a new belt starter generator, which is essentially an alternator and a starter all in one. On the inside there has also been a full redesign, and an earlier set of spy photos allows us to see what the Wrangler is gonna look like. So of course the 2018 Wrangler uses Chrysler's updated Uconnect infotainment system, and all of the standard fare like the HVAC controls and center mounted window switches are all still there. Now one of the things that's really interesting on the interior is a set of 4 new buttons which all read auxiliary. Now we're assuming those must be upfitter switches, which means that if you're gonna add a light bar or anything else that takes power onto your Wrangler, it's gonna be easier than ever to hook up. So that's all of the really big stuff, but there's also a lot of details that have come out about the new JL, so we're gonna run those down now. First, the taillights. Take a look at these new lights which were exposed in spy shots. Now it looks like lower trim models will make do with kind of the same square units the Wrangler uses today, while high trims will go with this new 3-box design. Next up is the roof. The new Wrangler is expected to still offer that 3-piece hardtop along with a black soft top and a tan soft top, but what's really interesting is that there's gonna be a new power soft top model. We've also got some info on the tires. It looks like the biggest size available for the new JL from the factory will be an LT 285/70R17 available on the Rubicon model. Now that brings the stock tire size to nearly 33 inches. Now as for the brand name on the tire, well, some of the JL prototypes have been seen with BF Goodrich TAKO2s, while a bunch of other ones have been seen with Falken Wild Peaks, so we're not exactly sure which tires are gonna come on the Wrangler just yet. And finally, one of the coolest bits of news about the new Wrangler is it's also going to spawn a pickup truck, and reportedly it will be named the Scrambler. So now let's talk timing. We know the new Wrangler is going to debut at the Los Angeles Auto Show at the end of November, specifically November 29th. So our first access to real concrete details straight from Jeep will come then. Now beyond that, we have some other dates to share with you thanks to a leaked timeline from FCA. Production for the new JL, specifically the 4-door 3.6 liter gas hardtop model, will begin on November 13th of this year. The first models with that 2-liter turbo are expected to begin production on January 8th, while the very first 2-door JL models, which will also be powered by the 3.6 liter gas engine, are expected to begin production on February the 12th of next year. Now, as of the end of March 2018, Jeep is expected to stop building the JK, and there are supposed to be heavily discounted sticker prices on those models. Now, beyond all of that, probably one of the biggest things buried in the timing details is that the 3-liter diesel isn't expected to go into the new Wrangler until August of 2018, so next summer we should start seeing diesel models. So that is just about everything we know about the new Wrangler. I mean, odds are there's been some new details that leaked in the last 2 minutes that I haven't been able to get to yet. But if you want to know everything there is to know about this Jeep, head over to Off-Road.com and make sure you come back at the end of November for all the official details.